Michael Higgins has one of those faces that I think everybody has seen. And the reason is because he's just about done everything from acting, TV, films. He's been on stage at Broadway. The reason he's talking to us is he's been a game show host for a while now. Since 2018, America Says has been one of the mainstays on the Game Show Network. He joins us this morning. How are you?
Hey, Matt. Thanks for rehearsing my career for me. I'd forgotten all about that stuff.
I have stuff. I have stuff for you. Let's talk about. We'll get to the game show in just a second, but I remember watching you in A Mighty Win and Best in Show, and I thought that what if there was really nobody like you? I mean, you really have this original face. Is that a blessing or a curse?
I think it's both in some way. The good thing about my career, I feel, is that I was never really above the title. I was a character actor, which means I'm still working. You know what I mean? You can age as a character actor, and then you're just an older guy.
Right.
So that worked for me. And then I was mostly not a comedian type when I was doing stage, and in fact, Hartford. Your town, I met my wife in Hartford at Hartford
See,
Stage Company.
that was on here too, Michael.
Yeah, yeah. So it's an important town for me, and
Sure.
that was when I was a straight actor. I was doing Shakespeare,
Uh-huh.
and comedy came along, and so really I've been able to just embrace the things that come up.
Right.
And the game show came up, and I
And
said, well, why not try
And
it?
in a way, I think it was a natural progression because here's, especially with A Mighty Wind, which is so improv based,
Hmm.
and Best in Show, where you showed, hosting chops and Pitch Perfect, by the way,
Yeah.
you should mention that. And so the natural progression is to move over into a game show host, which you're not doing as an actor, you're doing it as a person.
Yeah, it's very weird. I remember the first season. It was, the first show we were doing. I was, the announcer's like, "Here's your host, John Michael Higgins." And while I'm running out there, I'm thinking, John Michael Higgins, who's he? Like, I can't play John Michael Higgins. Nobody's written the lines for me, you know.
Did-
And,
How
and
quick?
then it was weird. I had to like really turn the boat around and say, like, just be yourself,
Yeah.
and it's going to be fine.
Well, 8 years later, it's safe to say if the show's been on that long and is coming back, the new season starts on April 13th, which is just in a few days. How far into the run did you go, hey, you know what? These are good. These aren't shoes that I'm trying to fill. I'm filling them pretty well.
It's a good question. It did sort of creep up on me, and
Mhm.
I think it was because I started to be able to run the game in a way that the contestants seemed more relaxed and happy. And I think it had something to do with me and something to do with the fact that they were able finally to watch the show on television a lot and practice.
Yeah.
Like the new season, season six, starting in a few days here, April 13th. The contestants play really well because they've been watching it for six
Yeah.
years, as
Yeah.
opposed to never seeing it.
Give us 25 words or less, which is another game show, on How America Says works, if you haven't seen it before.
Well, if you haven't seen it, it's two teams, usually family or friend team, like the Bowlers or the Smith family, and we asked America some survey questions. We've put the top seven answers on a board with just the first letter, and they have 1 minute to fill in as many as those as they can. I have a
Yeah.
piece of paper here. Let's see. Look, I am. I almost fainted when I saw someone wearing flip-flops at a blank,
A
and so I've got a W. Do you have that?
a wedding?
Yeah, I have got a F.
Oh gosh, a football game?
We have funeral.
Okay,
Uh,
that works too.
I've got P for prom. So anyway, there's
Yeah.
seven of them,
Yeah.
and they go into a full panic trying to fill in those seven answers, and it's really fun,
It's a
and
lot.
you can't help but enjoy it.
It's a lot of fun. It's family entertainment. And for you, sir, considering that you started this interview by saying, I never like being above the title, you realize the contestants kind of take over as the stars, right?
Absolutely, the contestants are the heart of the show.
Yeah.
They're the ones that will surprise you.
Yeah.
It's not me.
Yeah.
I can come up with funny jokes
Yeah.
based on things that they say. And so it's really about them, and
Yep.
that's when I think that's the answer to your question.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I realized that, that's when I became a game show host.
There you go. Not bad for a guy who, again, met his wife here in Connecticut, who's now talking to us here in Connecticut. And again, you could see John Michael Higgins on America Says, weeknight, 6 o'clock, Game Show Network. The new season starts in about a week from Monday, April 13th. John Michael Higgins, continued success.
Thank you, Matt. Nice to be here, and I'll be back anytime.